And what did I do? Baby, please still be recording. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the T is for Today podcast. And I have been gone. If you all have not already noticed that, but I just want to come back on here and just reboot some things, talk about some stuff, because I feel like it's important that I myself talk about, like really, where have I been? Why did I step away? I definitely created this, platform, T is for Today, because I wanted there to be a place where people could, come together to get inspiration, and that, we're not waiting till perfection to share the process, but, like being able to, glean from different people's situations about what they're going through and how they're navigating different things to then in return help us, help me, help you get to where you need to go. So it would be very disingenuous of me to exclude my own self from being a part of the aspect of sharing and helping someone else that, may be in the same boat that I am. So here we go. So I started T is for Today back in either 2016, 2017, one of the two. And I started it off as a blog because I really enjoy writing. I love sharing stories, very, very, in a very theatrical manner. Anyways, love sharing stories, love sharing experiences. And I felt that like from that point until then, I had, lots of things to share as far as wisdom with other people and just really wanting to just share my experience. I felt at the time that there was, at least from what I saw, a lack of authenticity when it came to certain things. And I'm like, well, give us the real. I feel now in today's world it's kind of different, but I feel like back then it was very cookie cutter or lacking the the spice, And so I was like, I'll add my own little seasoning. And I really did enjoy it, and other people enjoyed it too. I got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, and then, just being able to see how what I was sharing and how I was sharing that, how it was impacting other people. So I was like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So this little idea that I had just wasn't for nothing. It served a purpose. And then, so I continued doing the blogs, and then the shutdown, the pandemic happened. And, there was just a lot of information going around, a lot of just social injustice happening left and right. And I myself wanted to say something. I said, But, on, platforms like, Facebook or Instagram, wherever the case may be, those things, they are hot for a while as far as it's at the top of your profile, but after a while you post more things, it goes down. This is before you could pin things on your profile. Okay, now you can pin whatever you want, and so you can post whatever, and what you want to be highlighted on your page will stay at the top. But during this time, that was not a thing. And so I was like, what can I do? I'm going to start a podcast. Why that would be the thing I thought of as a next step, I don't know, but it was. And so I said, I'm going to start a podcast. So I turned the blog, still the same aspects of being authentic, and I moved it to a podcast platform. I don't know, now that I really think about it and talk through it, I really don't know why that was my next pick. That was the Lord. That was God. Because me in my head now, I don't see how 1 and 1 equaled 5, but it did. But anyways, and so I turned it into a podcast and I was just recording episodes, and that was also really fulfilling. Got great feedback from that as well. And I was, trucking along, pushing along, doing those things. And somewhere down the line, your girl got discouraged. Yes, I got discouraged. I felt like I had reached a place in the creating space and platform where like I hit a plateau. So I wasn't growing, but I wasn't necessarily like losing, engagement. Like it was just consistent, and I'm like, well, what do I need to do? I don't know what I need to do. And then around that time, also just in my personal life, I had went back to school. I was in my doctoral program. I still worked a full-time job. It was just a lot of things. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this can be on the back burner. Maybe this doesn't need to be an emphasis, or I don't need to put an importance on this. Right. And so I started, doing other things. I did nonprofit work. So I started, digging and diving into that. But then something in me was just like, Jessica, like, you can't let this go. Like, you have to keep pushing. You can't let this go. And me, I was seeing success in growth, in movement, in all of these other areas. I wasn't seeing success in growth and movement in this area. So me being me, I wasn't about to be focusing on this. I was going to be focusing on the things that was seeing success, growth, and movement, right? Natural. Nothing wrong with that. So throughout all of that, as I was seeing the growth and the success and the movement in those areas, I realized like there's a time, there's a space, there's a place for everything. And the things that I was seeing growth, success, and movement in, they had their space. And there was those things, it came to an end and a conclusion. And it left me that even though I was focusing on those things that I was seeing growth, success, and movement in, I was still feeling like, man, I need to be doing something else. Like, there's something I need to be doing that I'm not doing, that I need to be doing. And let me know if y'all are like me. I was asking for prayer for people. I was doing X, Y, Z. Lord, what I need to do? Lord, please tell me what I need to do. Knowing good and well, it was this that I needed to get back to. But I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. I wanted to do everything else but this. And it's crazy because essentially I was running because I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew very well what I was supposed to do. I would have dreams, I'd be praying and thoughts would be coming into my head about this. And I would just ignore it. I'd be like, man, God, maybe you're saying something else. What is wrong with us? Why do we do that? We will see things clear as day about what we're supposed to do and still be asking, what are we supposed to do? Knowing good and well, we already know because we don't want to do it, right? And so it came to a point where I could not ignore it anymore. Like, it was either you gonna do this or you not. And I didn't want to figure out what the not option was going to be. So here we are. Here I am. And I have said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the basics. So we're going to go back to the basics. And what does back to the basics look like for me? Not worrying about the things that are out of my control. Thinking back to why I even created this in the first place. It wasn't to be just like, this big time whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, whatever the case may be, but it was honestly to create a community for people that are just like me, that we have all these great ideas. We want to do so many wonderful things, right? But we may not know the avenue of how to get to those things, or we may be on the pathway to doing those things, but need some encouragement along the way to just, have a reminder that we're not alone. There's other people out there just like us, just like me, just like you. And so I'm back. I would say that there's going to be weekly episodes. I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't want to lie. I'm going to try for there to be weekly episodes. Absolutely. I am going to put in effort. Maybe there'll be bi-weekly episodes. I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. I do have some other things that I'm working on as far as the T is for Today platform goes, revamping their website, offering different digital products, things of that nature. And so, yeah, I say all that to say we here. I'm here. And I thank you for tuning into this episode. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Send this to somebody that has been discouraged and has given something up that they know that they're supposed to be doing, but are doing everything but that. Let me be an example for them. Push through. Don't give up. But yeah, I'll see you all again next time.